welcome back. Today we are going to make fruitcake. Don't be afraid if you're a lover like me or a hater like
Doug.
That's right, you hate fruitcake.
Not a fan.
For those that love it, I'm going to show you how quick and simple and easy it is, and hopefully you love it as much as this lady. My love of fruitcake, where did it all begin? Well, I like to tell the story of every year we drive down to Florida for Christmas, and once we would hit Georgia, my mother would be on the hunt for the Claxton fruitcake, which is a family favorite of mine. Now, Doug, I know you don't like fruitcake, but I think that you're going to love this one. Have you ever had this fruitcake that I've made before?
I may have early on in our beautiful relationship. I can't remember exactly, but I tend to avoid it. So
yes, well, that's why I don't make it. But this year, seeing as it's a very special year, I've decided to resurrect the Millionaire's fruitcake, and I call it that because it literally has about 4 pounds of fruit. This is how easy it is. I've got 5 eggs. I'm going to crack them into my bowl very gently because I don't want any shells. I'm sure, Doug, you would not like it if you got some shell in your fruitcake because, unfortunately, you are going to have to eat this.
I promise to try it. I promise.
Okay. Also, my love of fruitcake, as we are on my love of fruitcake, is my grandmother. I am French-Canadian. Back in the time of war, used to make what they call gâteau de guerre, or war cake. And it was basically a fruitcake, though I don't think she had as much fruit in it as I did, or I do. I've got 5 eggs. I've got a cup of melted butter. I'm gonna pour that right in there.
Do you have to use butter?
No, you could do like melted lard, or I know, Doug, you used to tell me that your grandmother used to use the bacon fat to make her gingerbreads.
For sure, yeah.
So perhaps bacon fat, I don't know. I've got a teaspoon of vanilla. So these are my wet ingredients that I'm going to mix, and then I'm going to grab a larger bowl because those who know me well. I like to do things in small bowls and it spills everywhere. So today I'm not going to do that. Large metal bowl. I'm going to add 2 cups of just all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I'm going to just mix it, and then I'm going to add my wet to my dry. You could probably do this in a mixer at home. I took the mixer from work and actually brought it home so that I could make gingerbreads with my kids this weekend and forgot to bring it back. I've got a mixture of fruit. You could do the same as me. You don't have to. Doug, can you tell them? Do you know what the fruits are? Can you see?
I think we have dates.
Dates.
Figs.
Oh, no. You could use figs. You could use figs. Apricots.
Ginger.
The
weird candied, multicolored peel stuff that I really don't like.
Yeah, you told me that. You said you really hate like candied peel. Why?
I don't know. I think it's that weird kind of bitterness that I guess I didn't like as a child and still haven't managed to grow out of that.
I remember growing up, people at Christmas used to make like a white shortbread or a sugar cookie, and they'd always add the candied peel to it. And I always thought it was fascinating. Now, I don't know if you can tell, the dough in here is quite stiff. Don't be alarmed. It is a stiff dough. And I'm actually just going to add, I've got a little bit of brandy here, because I also like to, once the cake has actually cooked and cooled, I put it in a metal tin with cheesecloth. I poke some holes with a little skewer, and I douse it quite liberally with brandy or even dark rum. A spiced rum would be nice. I've done apricot brandy in the past, usually whatever I have on hand. Now, you don't have to put the brandy in here, but I'm just going to do it because I'm feeling a little bit crazy today.
Extra sassy.
Extra sassy. Today I've been making tortillas here at work. I've been making split pea and ham soup here at work. So now I'm just going to finish it all off with some fruitcake. I didn't mention, though, I do have pecans. Now, you can omit the nut if someone in your family is allergic to nuts. So basically I have a cup of pecans in my bowl. I have a cup of dates. I have a cup of apricots. I have a cup of prunes. I have a cup of Doug's favorite, the mixed peel, whatever that is. But I have a half a cup of candied ginger. Now, you don't have to do exactly these fruits. Like I've had figs, I've added raisins, I've added cranberries, you could add chocolate. This is your cake, but all this, it's a cup of each, it's about 100 grams of each, so you can do the math. I failed math in high school, as Doug found out recently when he saw my report card. Into my bowl. Don't be alarmed, it does look like a lot of fruit and not a lot of batter. But I tell you, it will be delicious. Now, this is where you need to get the mussels. Get my mussels in there. It smells delicious. Can you smell it, Doug?
I can kind of smell it. Smell a bit of the brandy at least.
The brandy. Maybe I'll have a little bit of brandy while this cooks. Basically, what we're going to do is try to get all that fruit in there. Glad I'm strong. This is mixed. I'm going to get a cake pan. I think it's about like a 6 or an 8-inch cake pan. I'm going to butter it. I'm going to put a parchment collar on it. And it goes into a 325-degree oven. Now, it takes about an hour and a half to bake. So don't expect to eat this right away, and try to find something to do in between. All right, so the little beauty has been in the oven for an hour and a half at 325, and now comes the moment of truth. I will try to pull out the collar. That may be a bad thing. I don't know, Doug, is this a bad thing?
Might as well give it a try.
Might as well give it a try. I'm going to pull out the collar. Do you like how I call it a collar? It's a collar.
Did you just make that up?
I just made that up.
Okay.
And this is still a little hot, but I'm going to flip this upside down, and we're going to hope for the best. I don't know. Like that's going to do anything. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I lost a corner. That's fine. I'll just eat that anyways. But that looks pretty good. I'm going to eat the crumb. It tastes good. Doug, do you want to come and eat fruitcake or no?
I told you I'd try it. Let's do it.
All right. Come over and I'll cut you a piece of cake.
All right. So, what do we got here?
Fruitcake.
Fruitcake.
For my favorite fruitcake.
Wow, okay. See, like I said, I'm a little bit nervous about fruitcake. I don't know why. I just have some strange memories as a kid. My grandmother and my aunt both really pride themselves in fruitcake, and the rest of my family absolutely loves it, but I was the weird child that didn't. So I know you're not supposed to eat it straight out of the oven, but we couldn't help ourselves.
Reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of like road trips to Florida and Claxton fruitcake and Christmases at my parents' place where I grew up in Shawville, Quebec. And there's just something like extremely reminiscent about fruitcake for me. Not that I'd eat it all year round, but at Christmas time, something just says holidays.
You know what, Renee?
I know you're going to say that you love it.
It's pretty delicious, I have to say.
I know.
It's not, something that I would get incredibly excited for over the holidays, but I have to say that I don't dislike it.
Well, usually I'd make this in November. Like I said earlier, I'd put it in cheesecloth and poke holes and put it in my tin and then douse it once a week. So it'd be like a boozy cake.
Yeah.
This is like the PG version that we could give our kids.
Well, I'm sure
I don't know.
everyone has different fruitcake traditions. So why don't you guys put your comments in there sharing some of your traditions around fruitcake and maybe how your recipe differs from this one. I can say that this is pretty damn delicious, Renee, I have to say.
This is my dinner tonight.
Is it bad to say something's damn delicious around the holidays?
No, because our kids have taken up saying, that's damn good.
So yeah, fun times ahead.
Subscribe, leave comments, do whatever you can.
And we know this has been a really weird, crazy time with COVID. We've been shut down for the last 3 weeks, but we're trying to still have fun. We're hoping for the best, and we really are quite sure that 2021 will be a little bit better than 2020.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one.